Yeah, since a lot of these here's of late come off his Twitter, my wife has had texting her, and it kind of goes to the one we had out here about a year ago as well. In the last several people, I guess you can say that we've either text or you know one of them met in person. My thing here, and I understand that there's some things in all this that would have to be gone through. So I'm gonna try to go through and put a video out there again. Nothing better to do, but whether you can watch them or not ain't up to me or my wife, either one. So, thing is, y'all have just drove me, at least me, to the point of not giving nobody else any more chances. It's come up in here, and I just found out that this fucking crack whore um, wanted to be friends.
She didn't want
So,
to be friends. She
so,
wanted friends like the outlet
so,
there.
so that's why Derek didn't get nothing. That's why my wife ultimately didn't get anything much out of it, because everything else that was put in that whore's way was already there. Everything's already been touched. Everything's already been fooled with. Everything that she went out there and did, she's already done. Just like all this on the internet. They already got their feet wet. They already know what they've done wrong, but yet they blame everybody else. It's my fault that these people
She wanted
go out.
stuff in its pots.
Well, and here's my point, and I understand. Like I said, I understand, but where they want to add this or that or whatever, but you can't add something that you really don't need, that you really can't have anything to do with. I mean, everybody's already seen you. Everybody's already had looked at you. Everybody's hugged you, kissed you, whatever, whole 9 yards. They took you out places. I mean, they done everything. Everything that me and my wife's offer is all about, trying to help somebody or whatever. I mean, everybody's already been there. Everybody's done that. I mean, the ones that's come our way, well, like I said, whether out here or off the Twitter, they come out and attack me, and because they've had some horrible thing happen to them that was their fault, that ain't had anything to do with me. They won't come in here and tell us all this craziness. And what are we supposed to do about it, right? What are we supposed to do about it? So here's my thing. I don't mind to hear about it, but the problem is if I can't talk and my wife can't really talk, and we can't tell you, say, hey, look, we understand you. We know where you've been. We've been practically in the same boat. Just maybe not all the things that's happened to you happen the way they happen to you, but we can relate to them. A lot of times you tell somebody that kind of stuff and you try to get peace and calm them down and all that stuff. It don't work. So yeah, I mean, there's a large portion of me right now that and and I know, well, Derek, there's all this stuff on the news. There's this, there's that. Well, whose problem is that, right? It ain't anything to do, again, ain't anything to do with one certain person. All of you has got out there and traveled the world. You want to go see all that stuff, go over and eat that nasty food. God knows what else you've done over there. And then brought it over here. I mean, that's what we get too for having letting these people from other countries in in our own country. So you get a double-edged sword. So it ain't really our fault that things are the way they are. Uh, when we had this other person, I will say the one positive, I guess one positive thing I can say, at least she wasn't worried about it. And like I said, it's not much of a positive, but at least they say, well, yeah, we had it when it first came, but everybody was over it. It was fine. But a large portion of people blow this thing up to the point of, they say, well, if you listen to the prayer, yeah, if I listen to that, it drive myself batty. That's all they want you to do. But ultimately, if you want to be, like, oh, I ain't gonna go out now. I ain't gonna, go out and get any fresh air because so and so on TV said not to. Well, that's y'all's thing. I mean, like I said, if somebody out here can cut the crap and have something reasonable, I mean, if they want to start out with stuff like what's been told to me, I wouldn't care to take it a little bit here and there, but what gets me, and like I said, because I know it can't be a move thing pretty well right away, because we'd have to have time to, try to go back and forth a little bit. One time somebody's up here, and one time we'd go, if their place is close nearby or something, maybe we could go down there or something. But the thing is, everybody's just they already got everything they want. Everything's already there. They don't need nothing else. They use me and my wife, it's like this little side dish thing. And then you just kind of, act like we're just supposed to do nothing, say nothing, sort of thing. We're just supposed to I reckon, so again, if that's what most agents are trying to do, it's not going to ever work. I mean, I've been aiming to just throw this offer out because it really, there's a good portion of me like there is to her. She wants to see us happen. I mean, her wanting to get out of here and wanting to have something nice, but it's mine and her fault every time you come in here that y'all have been mistreated, and it's not. It's not any of our faults. We wasn't there. I mean, if you want to talk about some things that's happened to you, we'll listen. But if we can't reasonably talk you down and can't, get you to get over that and say, hey, we understand you and we'll do this or that or whatever we need to do, if it's going to be a constant thing where it's going to keep coming up, every other time you turn around, then I don't know what to tell any of you. But we haven't deserved this kind of thing that's happening. I know, like I said, the few friends I had were all guy friends. None of them, hardly any of them. It's the one or two that were, if you want to go with any of them that were any girls at the time, they were just because they were in an opposite class, and I happened to have one period out of my own classroom that I usually stayed in at Fairview, and that was when they first started the bell-to-bell thing and had everybody going switching classes. The ones that were like me in special class, you only had maybe one period where you didn't go or ate lunch for 30 minutes or breakfast, but yeah, again, I don't know how to tell anybody. I mean, y'all, as far as the Twitter ones, their problem is they always say, oh, they want something, but they don't have nothing prepared to go, nothing ready. They sit behind, promote other apps and other things that or they'll sit there and harass you about a cold, or they'll say you're fake, or they'll go the extra mile to make sure that they say something negative, to piss you off about something. So, a good portion of them ain't even close nearby. And a lot of these live in popular areas and really could go outside their door and they would have multiples of people around them. They would have, oh my God, they would have almost 10 times as many people as we do down here. Probably even higher. I don't know. Just depends on the state and how big it is. What party you're in. But, we're at about 1,600 people. And, 1,647. So we've got, oh, yeah, that's a blankie. Oh.
You want me to wash it?
Yeah, you can wash it. Go ahead, hon. You can wash my blankie. But, no, the only other thing that I was going to say real quick is, as slow as this thing is, I don't know that we got the time to sit here and wait and all this thing. I mean, there you go. It's all right. Baby, it's okay. Baby, it's okay. You want to hang on for a while? Okay, I understand. Oh, I know you want something. Here, sit down. What do you want? Sit down there. I know. But it ain't me and it ain't her. It's just you guys trick her into this mess, and she's asking me a while ago, and I'll get to all this. But she's sitting there asking me earlier, well, what did your dad do? Your dad didn't do this or that, did he? Well, I don't know about my mom and him, but I know his second wife, he waited 6 months before he let her move in up there. Like I was telling my wife. And Darren was the only one living with him at the time. And when I came by the first time that I was going to come by and and all that, my dad was nice enough to tell me about the kids and all that on the way over. Because he knew that I didn't get around a whole lot of people. And as I was telling her, it ain't my fault. She's, the people I was around was what I need to be around for family functions back in the day. And mine does a pretty good job of trying to tell you I kept a large portion of people away. If they didn't say nothing to me, I didn't say nothing back, If somebody wanted my attention, like my wife wanted my attention, and she knows, she came up to me. We talked and we had a good thing, and I know you would, but I know it. Don't get all upset. But y'all come out here offering these little offers that just don't amount to nothing. If you've already got everything that you basically want, what good are me and my wife's offer? It's no good. It's nothing. But I can't honestly sit here and say that somebody won't try to play another one of these kind of games and stuff. But I definitely ain't gonna let them move their stuff in here right away. That'd be the wrong thing to do.
I just want to forgive me. We're
Well,
going to do
oh, we done that. Again, it's just if somebody would already have their mindset that that's just something they want, this would be another complete different story.
That's all I want to be.
I know. Here.
I just want to be a good stepmom.
And me and my wife had wanted to be like she's saying. She gets a little emotional, but I do too sometimes. But we wanted to kind of be like a stepmom and stepdad type thing, and have carve our own path with somebody that didn't have a whole lot. But unfortunately, Crackor wanted to create her own stuff and saying that she's making demands left and right about these people that she supposedly knew from other places before we ever met. Make that clear, right? Before we didn't know anything. And I said, well, I'm not going to put over people that I don't know. My wife ain't going to blame me for that. Why am I going to say something good about somebody I don't know? As a matter of fact, I told my wife last night, and I've told her many times. She told them about me, and they chose to not come up here. They chose not to call. They chose not to text. They had 3 different options they could have used,
That's what I tell them.
and they decided not to do either.
And it hurts.
So I just don't have no sympathy for those who are out here at night, walking the streets on purpose, just trying to get attention.
Because I'm not going to give it to them no more.
Because if it's somebody, and and I understand she wants to hang on a little longer, and that's okay, I guess, But I'm just saying, it's not going to be no late night, business. If you're out at a decent hour and all that stuff at a decent time or whatever, or if you want to do the text and call thing for a few days, or if you just want to text a couple of days first, however you want to do it. But we kind of have to, we have to realize that we may have to change a few things and take yous out. Maybe just try to offer you to go out with us on maybe when we get our check or something, we'll take you out and have a little big dinner, or get all of us a pizza. Yeah, or something. And somebody that is easy to get along with and ain't got all this drama.
I don't like drama.
I know you don't.
I don't like drama at all.
I know you don't. But I just, I don't want to see my wife, and I get in another one of these. Yeah, I did kind of say yes, but I didn't know enough, and I should have said, let's just throw it away. I should have just thought there was something probably not right about it. But, you don't get that many opportunities. And it was just something that made her happy. She sounded good on the phone. She was trying to tell so-and-so when she walked in the door before she went to bed, well, it's just so-and-so Valentine present. Well, like we said, it was a horrible, horrible one. Turned out to be horrible. So, and somebody had already had, like I said, this offer you couldn't really do much with. And, they already had all their holes covered. Everything has already been done. We'd like just to have somebody that's reasonably easy. I mean, that likes to have a hug or whatever, and we don't have to do all the things right away, but it'd be nicer if somebody would
Maybe
just,
go this for a second.
you know, we just need somebody on our level. I mean, it ain't about, you know, having, all kinds of making out and all this thing all the time or right away or nothing like that. It seemed like, for me, and then, my wife kind of, you know, would come to me eventually on some things that she was picking up on. It's just y'all seem the most uninteresting kind of type of people. You don't have anything to offer nobody. You either don't have, and we have a reason for not having a job or a or anything. Well, that's what I was trying to tell my wife. I felt like, this, we dubbed her the crack whore. She did seem kind of, she accused me and my wife of this and all this junk, and I'm just being me, how my dad would have come out and told the person, said, hey, you need to take, he would have probably thrown her out. As a matter of fact, I should have done that earlier. But we just had a lot. We just, every time it seemed like we turned around, there was something that, and with Eric, my wife earlier excuse was, well, Eric, she wanted to come out, she wanted to tell you this stuff. I said, oh my God, you ain't had, I mean, to 2 days you didn't hear no talking. Third days when she finally wanted to talk, she wanted to put all that stuff out here and want to tell you all this thing. And it's just a little too much. Especially when after the fact is the only reason she come down here was just to be friends with somebody, basically. I mean, maybe that's not what she.
No, she didn't want to be friends with us.
She
wanted to get out and go up there. And
so I already said, well, that's.
She asked me nicely.
But that's the way she was acting. Now, whether she said it that way, to this day, I don't know what she wanted. I mean, she had
a relationship, but
she had a lot.
She didn't want you to control.
She had a lot of stuff. Like I said, she had a lot of stuff already put in her bag. Everybody's touched her. Everybody's looked at her. Everybody's done everything with her. She's done, she's been around everything that a lady can be around. So, if controlling her was telling her what was right, and she got upset because she didn't like what I said, well, she already knew it was wrong. She waited until 25, 30 minutes after the fact. I went in the bathroom most of the time. And she'd come in there and say, oh, Derek, well, she wanted a relationship. She should have had that other guy gone. She had another guy. She's sitting there fooling around, texting. And yeah, it was one of the kids' dads, but still, you could have worked whatever you had to work out with that. You could have done that before you come up in here. Still, like I said, what kind of relationship did this woman want? I don't know. She come to me, we sit down and we'd have one of these little talks, but I couldn't make half the sense out of it. Because at one point she got to where she said something to the effect of, if we got moved, she'd wait 6 months later and then practically she'd want her own place. So it doesn't sound like a relationship. And she eventually, where my mind was heading and where this person's mind was going, it's where I knew she was going. And so we basically, in so many months' time, we wouldn't have had nothing. And that's why I want to make clear that if something does come our way, that we're not being accused of things that we didn't do to other people. And if y'all had that happen to you, that's on you guys. That's y'all. I mean, we wasn't around you, and we don't deserve that. And as much as I'll take a little bit of, because she did call me and did ask me about it, I hesitated slightly, and I did say yes, though. But I was like, well, you don't see it very often. This is before we knew anything. Before we knew anything of what was being, And as far as seeing her this or that or whatever, I don't have a problem with anybody doing anything. My issue was she made such the issue about that when she already had that going on before me and my wife ever saw her, right? We didn't know anything about it. But she come up in here trying to put over all these people. And the only thing that she had to go up there for was basically for the drugs or for the free food. And by drugs, I don't just mean the bad drugs. I mean stuff that she took that other people up there was allowing her to borrow. But she wasn't doing the drug thing at the time. But she probably is now. Who knows? But anyway, like I said, I can't give credit where credit ain't due. I'm not that way. And I warned her, and this person, and I warned anybody. I warned them that, basically that, I can't, I can't help you if you want to treat me like one of them TV talk shows. And I warned that this wasn't in my cup of tea. This wasn't something I put myself in, but I knew how to get the person over it. I knew how to help them. But they refused my help. They didn't want to take accountability for it. So, and stop talking about it. So that's why things got a little out of hand with it. And it's why it had to be thrown out. Because we need somewhere we could go. And like I said, it don't have to be right away. Some things will have to change. I mean, like when my wife said here, we agreed to, we could go and take them out on a small something and do a thing or two. They could come back, stay a few hours, go home that night or something. Maybe we go over to next opportune time. I think we could just do dates, small dates, things like that. And give it a couple months, it ain't going to kill us. As long as everybody's having a good time. I mean, when it stops being fun, then if that reaches that point, we'll know. But if the person stays on the tracks, then we can obviously see the point and continue. Because like I said, we have a lot of stuff here. We'd love to be able to say, and everything to give you after we know what we got into and after we know that you are who you are. And it don't matter, like we said before, it doesn't matter what color you are or where you came from. We just don't want all this drama that y'all seem to blame us for. And y'all come up in here saying, oh, well, they don't know. Well, yes, we do. We can work around that. We can put ourselves in those shoes, not literally, but figuratively. We can relate to it. Whether we've been there or not, as far as drugs go, we ain't. But, and I don't want that. But there's a lot of stuff we can relate to, whether you like it or not. Just like I used to, that one that would tell me about his high school. He had a little crush on her, but anyway, she's only taking him out because he was paying for everything. She wasn't paying. She wasn't doing the favor back, and he would just tell me some stuff. And so anyway, I figured it out. He said his thing was, you ain't never been with her, you ain't been out with her, you don't know hardly know her. How you do? I said, all you gotta do is give me a couple clues. Give me a couple clues. But no, nobody out here, is at fault for you women's thing. If you knew any better, and I can't be around everybody, but I knew better than to go out there and get caught up in things. I was having too much fun at the time with whatever was at home and whatever was going on. I didn't need to make time for stuff that I knew would, at my kid ages and stuff, everything was all right, pretty much. I didn't need nothing else at the time. But everything's changed now. Everything is different. We just kind of put this thing together in hopes that somebody reasonably nice somewhere in the Decatur, Tennessee area, would just kind of be up for something like that. Like I said, we definitely gonna start out with something different, and we're not gonna just be sitting around. And if you got no car, you don't live within, you don't have your own place or something, this ain't gonna be a good idea for us to enter into, because obviously it'll probably go to the same stuff. And I'm gonna be quicker on the button, and I don't want to do that. But we got to see that somebody's got something, because we can't move yins in here. That's one thing I hadn't brought up in this video yet. We can't just do that because we have a landlord that we have to answer to some degree, and she ain't really for anything up here. So, again, if we don't have something, and we gotta have something in common with you. Now, I like a lot of people. I like to have my music is one of my main things. She likes to watch, me and her like to watch the Braves. She likes her reborn dolls, and we got a few old stuffed animals and things like this. It sparkles. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, there's her. See? Woo, woo. Oh, sparkle. But, yeah, we got a couple things like that. But, and it's like I told her, right now, we've got all that we at least on this end, we don't have to worry about somebody, with this stuff. We can dress them, but, I used to sleep with a stuffed monk, for the longest time. So, I mean, whatever has to happen right now is what's going to have to happen, maybe if, a couple of months or something, maybe it gets a little warmer. It feels like it's a little warmer today. I felt the wind earlier, and it felt a little bit warm out there. I don't know. But, yeah, maybe during the summertime, maybe a little bit, or when it gets a little bit warmer, maybe some of these people will show some. You know, maybe we'll have a little luck
They
during
don't have no
summertime.
balls.
But a lot of them, like I said, a lot of it too is
Like people say with Vince McMahon, he has no balls. They have no balls. They have no boobs. They have nobody get down here. They're freaking bitches.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's just. I mean, they're what I'm noticing and what my wife, I guess, is really taking notice of. They're willing to throw anything. What do you call it? You know, anything that you can get your hands on that you can buy at the store, kind of stuff. Uh, you know, they seem to be some people that does that. Or whatever, and or but the material things, is what I meant to say. But they just they know practically they know themselves whether they're and I'm assured the reason why that most of these people are acting the way they're acting is they already got everything they need. They don't need nothing. And it's probably something to do with they would know. Well, practically, politics get on my nerves. Too much news is ridiculous. And God forbid, I'm tired of hearing about this damn virus stuff. That's getting on my nerves. I mean, they make a mountain out of a molehill about everything. Or it wouldn't take them 5 minutes to find something that one of the presidents are doing or old Trump fuck out there. Well, what's his latest thing? Oh, there you go.
That's a baby alive.
Who's that?
That's a baby alive.
Oh, you ain't named it?
Patrick Patch.
Oh, okay. There's one of her other no. Oh. I don't know where you. Okay. Now, who's what here? We don't have a name.
This one was Kelly.
Okay, here's another one. Who's that?
That's Kelly.
Oh, Kelly.
Because she's a redhead. And that's my new one.
Another new one?
That's a princess doll.
Okay. These are just a few of what she's got at the house.
I just got these a week. Almost a week.
So anyway, we just kind of. Oh.
And this is my baby's doll.
Oh.
See, that's her baby.
That's Mama.
Sierra.
Oh.
I'll show you her baby. There you go, Sierra. You can see baby. I had a little bit too big. I'll put that small one back out.
But
She's got a small one.
we like I said, that's a couple of things that she has. We got a couple of other.
Oh, yeah, just one more. Come here, baby.
Oh, yeah. Want to show another one?
No.
Okay.
See, I got her new shoes and everything. Keep her feet warm.
But,
her hat. Me. Everything else is new.
Then we got a big doll. We don't normally get. I don't know if she won on there or not.
Catherine, you want to get on camera? Here, gotta give me a blankie. You gotta give me a blankie. No bullshit.
Uh-oh.
I'll get you your wrestling blankie out. And God, this is
Kathy.
Catherine.
Oh.
Oh, you got it. Damn, hold on, baby.
Uh-oh. Oh.
This is Catherine. All right, hold on, Daddy's trying to fix her hair here. This is Catherine, my play pal. She just woke up, so give her time to wake up. She'll wake up.
Say hello.
Say hello. Where you go, sweetie? Uh-oh. Mommy will fix it.
I'm gonna fix it.
Mommy will fix it.
But no, we some of these, you know what amazes me? Some of these people, what is this bestie thing? What is this unicorn bestie thing? Well, the easiest way that I can explain it is just like me and her said. We'd like to see somebody we could be like a stepmom and a stepdad too. Somebody we wouldn't have to go fight, in the courts or pay a lot of money to adopt something out of one of these agency things, but just somebody that, maybe lost somebody, maybe didn't have, some of their folks anymore, or just, was looking for something similar to what we're trying to offer. And, somebody easy and somebody not so, bossy and trying to tell us what to do and how to do certain things and when you don't really need it. And, but we're into a lot of different things. It's just not a lot of the things that we're into though doesn't involve, getting out and doing a whole lot of, stuff outdoors mainly. But somebody that likes to color art or somebody simple, well, it'd be nice, but we just watch TV and sit here and do all that sort of thing, at night we get on and have our our Jim Cornette. Oh God. Oh God dang. Well, what'd you do? Oh, yeah. God dang. Well, what happened to it? Well, oh well. I know it was kind of, oh well. Huh. But anyway, huh? Oh, anyway, we'll try to get off here now, but I was gonna probably share us out. It might, do a little good. It might not, but anyway, we're gonna kind of do some things a little differently, but we're still gonna do the offer for a while anyway. Till well, I'm not ashamed to it, but I said if I was gonna do it to somebody, we're gonna have to change something up about, and make sure that everything is there and everything is only up and up, and we don't get somebody that just, tries to do what, we said on the video, I mean, I know we'd like to have something so we get out of here, but I don't know. It's up to the people. And right now, just as of right now, everybody's pointing fingers at everybody they meet. So if somebody different can beat that, then we'll see what happens. But anyway, we'll probably get off here for right now. All right.
Messy work.